Last night before I left work, I learned that Governor Steve Sisolak was coming to campus. I'd seen the news vans out front, but I didn't know why until today. And when I found out why, it made me angry, and it probably should make you angry too. In order to incentivize people, i.e., bribe people, into getting the vaccine, the governor instituted essentially his own temporary personal lottery. The lottery winners, or some of the winners anyway, who were receiving cash prizes for having received a COVID shot, were presented with their awards last night on campus. And of course, there was a big to do, and the governor patted himself on the back and said, "What a great job that we've done." Here's the problem, and here's why it ought to be a problem for you and for everyone. There was a winner who got $250,000 in the lottery. Several people won $50,000. Other people won smaller cash awards. There were some scholarships given out, etc. But you have to wonder, where did this money come from? After the governor told us during COVID that we would all have to take a furlough, to take this money and hand it out is a slap in the face and spittle in the eye for any state and every state employee, because somehow there was money to throw around and incentivize people to get a vaccine shot, but there wasn't enough to pay us wages, including people like myself who can demonstrably prove that they were actually working during COVID. I have to ask the governor, under what moral and ethical precept do you justify this? Where did this money come from? And if we have money for this, why do we need more taxes? Why do we need to increase fees? And why are we not being given the things for which we ask? It seems to me, and probably to many thinking people, that when government needs money, it just fabricates it out of the air. That they always find money for the things that matter. And when they prove that they can't find money to pay wages of the people who do the work of the state, but they always find a way to ingratiate themselves by giving away a cavalcade of cash and prizes, you can bet that the only person that matters to a politician is himself. Before, elsewhere, I have written that a politician's favorite beneficent and constituent is himself. And others have postulated that the work of a politician is not to do the work that he promises during a campaign, but to make sure that he does things that get him elected again. They do not have your best interests at heart. Now, the good news is that at least the top award went to someone who probably is very deserving and worthy. But it begs the question of, what if it had been someone who got $250,000 who would have frittered it away in riotous living? Would that be a good use of taxpayer money? Most thinking people have a healthy skepticism of what government does with our money. And if you don't have a healthy skepticism of what Steve Sisolak is doing with Nevada's money, with Nevadans' tax money, this should give you plenty of reason to get rid of Steve, to vote him out, to hang this economy and our struggles around his neck like a millstone and let it drag him into the ocean. Because this man clearly does not have his priorities straight if he has money to bribe people to get a vaccine shot, but not to pay people for work that they can demonstrably prove that they achieved. That's all sorts of corrupt. And I've never been a big fan of Steve. I know his family likes him. I don't know why. I'm sure that if I knew him, there would be things that were of good report and praiseworthy. But in a professional context, as a government employee and as part of the state of Nevada, and as a resident taxpayer and homeowner in Nevada, I find this absolutely and grossly repugnant, and so should you. How dare you, Steve? How dare you?